Hey everyone, so this is my second video for my scrapbooks. So this is my Zante 2013 one, a little bit bigger than my Belgian one because obviously this was my first season as a rep overseas for Thomson. I absolutely love this cover. Again, I got the same scrapbook from Scrapbook My Memories. Really pretty, I love it. I love all the different, the Greek islands and the little map on the side as well, and obviously the little flags as well. It's really pretty. I love the ribbons and I love like the colour schemes as well, so I did stick with that and I did keep it to a blue colour scheme. Okay, so on the front page I do again have the map that I do on every scrapbook, and I lived just in a place called Kalamaki, which is just there, and I lived there for 4 months. Absolutely loved it. I've got a real sort of soft spot for Zante now. These are just like alphabet letters I got from ESK. I think these were 2 I's, but I turned it into a T because I've completely run out of T's. This is my sort of introductory page. So this is obviously me in my uniform. This is the older uniform. It has changed since then, but that was me when I first started. And this is a big group of us when we did like a beach clean as well. So that's the whole team of Thomson in Zante. This was one of my favourite excursions that we did. This was to Olympia on the mainland. Basically it's obviously where the Olympics first started, so we get like a guided tour of it. We went on this massive ferry from Zante. It took about an hour to get across to Olympia, and we got a guided tour of the Olympic sites, the first ever running tracks and all that sort of things. This is our ticket for the Olympic Museum as well. This was another excursion that I absolutely loved. It was Sunset Cruise. Again, it was just nice to go into the water, but this time obviously it's to see the sunset. We did like a swim stop, so we got some really nice pictures. There's us as a whole team. And this is the sort of views you get if you do the Sunset Cruise as well. So I like this album because it's very simple. It comes across as I want it to come across, just real chilled, just like Zante is really. Now this is the most famous part of Zante. This of course is Smuggler's Cove. It's absolutely amazing. I've never known a beach to be so beautiful in my whole life. None of this is filtered. The seas are so clear and so blue. They literally look fake. They're so nice. And obviously this is the shipwreck. Now the shipwreck has been there since 1980, and it was shipwrecked because the owners basically abandoned it because obviously it was smuggling illegal contraband. This is the colour of the water. Again, it's absolutely stunning. And this is the view you get when you're coming into it as well. So it's surrounded by these massive cliffs, nice limestone cliffs. Then this is Poseidon. Obviously you can just see his face. That's his forehead goes down to his nose and around his chin, and then his eye is just here. This is they believe it is obviously Poseidon, the Greek god of the sea. And it does portray that he's looking after the seas and keeping an eye on the fishermen and things like that as well. Now we did do another excursion called Simply Zante, and we did go to this lovely hill called Boccoli Hill. It is absolutely stunning. The views you get over Zakynthos town are amazing. You can see the colour of the water as well. And this is our little donkey that we found. Obviously Greece is known for its donkeys, and we found one. We called him Zeus, and this is like a little flag that I got in my cocktail as well, so I thought I'd add that on. This was one of the reps' birthdays. Mick, he's absolutely lovely, and we had a really nice sort of meal for him, so it's nice to have a picture of the team. Now my boyfriend was obviously a 20s rep, so obviously it's a bit more youthy, that does mean I did tend to go out quite a bit to go and see him. But this was a particular night of the paint party, which basically you go to a nightclub, you get absolutely covered in luminous paint. So this is all the girls, and we went for a night out to go and do it. It was the first time I did it. And this is all of us here, and all our I Love Zante t-shirts. We wore them because we didn't want to get our real clothes absolutely filthy. And this is us afterwards. Now this is quite tame compared to some people. We tried not to get too covered, because it was disgusting. It like all crusty around your face, and your hair felt like it was never going to come out, and it was a good experience. It was funny. Waking up the next morning with crusty hair wasn't so nice. Probably one of the most popular things to do in Zante is to go and see the turtles. Zante is home to the loggerhead turtles, and this is Turtle Island. Obviously it is shaped like a turtle, and this is where they sort of lay their eggs. Now this is a picture of a loggerhead turtle just underneath the water. I couldn't believe it when it popped up, but they are absolutely massive. I didn't realise they were so big, but it was an experience to go and see them out at sea. And then me and my boyfriend Joe went for a nice sort of drive at the end of the season really, and we found this place called Liminonis. We'd heard really good reviews about it, so we went there, and it was so pretty. You can see all the different types of colour of the waters, emeralds and topaz colours, so it was really pretty. Definitely recommend it. Now this is probably one of the best nights in Zante, mainly because I got my phone pickpocketed at the start of the season, and this was the first event that I actually had my phone for, so I could take loads of pictures. But this is us. We all got like backstage passes to the Zante Music Festival where Tiny Temple was performing. This is my boyfriend Joe. This is sort of the first event we sort of went public, so it's quite nice to see how we've moved on from there. This is us with the team. It's me and Lauren, all of the Kalamaki team, Sillavi team, and it's just nice to look back at all the pictures of us and the people that you meet. This is our pit pass that we got. Basically enabled us to be right at the front in the pit. Really good. Tiny Temple was amazing, and also we got it all for free as well, so happy days. Now the beaches were lovely. We did spend quite a bit of time down at the beach. It was so hot though, so we had to literally lie on our lie-lows because the sun was so hot on the sand. It would go through the towel, and trying to walk across the sand in August, July, it was exhausting. It was so hot. Now this is another night out that we had. This was a full moon party, based on the beaches of Cherry Bay. Basically, you get all like these buckets of juices, which is basically vodka and fruit juice. We get all these lightsabers and obviously the DJs on the beach, and it's just a really good atmosphere. I really enjoyed it. Probably nothing like Thailand, but it was amazing. Again, these are another nights out that we have. These are all the girls basically of the team. There's me and Joe. That's how that t-shirt used to be white. That's what Paint Party does to you. And this is Laughing Gas. I've heard quite bad things about Laughing Gas nowadays, but at the time it was good fun to try it. Yeah, we had some good nights out in Zante. Now this was our mid-season jolly. Again, that is Bockley Hill, but that's at night, and we went for sort of like it was a party, a mid-season party. We all got dressed up and went to a place called Movida, which overlooks that view. This is our invitation to it. There's me and Joe and the girls as well of Kalamaki, all dressed up. Now we also went scuba diving for the first time in my life. Me, Megan and Connie went scuba diving, and we went jet skiing as well, which was so much fun. Scuba diving was good to get the hang of, because obviously I'd never done it before, but there wasn't much to see in Zante. Now this is Kefalonia. This is obviously another island to Zante. Obviously Kefalonia is a completely different Greek island. I won't go into much detail because I have done another scrapbook, because I did go there again, so I've done a proper scrapbook on there, but it was amazing, so I won't touch on too much about that. Now these are sort of random little snippets. This photo will always stay in my mind because this was my first night out in Laguna, and also it's where I got my phone pickpocketed and my camera and everything like that, so that will always remain in my memory. This was St. Dennis's Day in the town of Zakynthos, so we went onto a boat and watched all the fireworks. This is when my sister and her friend came on holiday to come and see me, and again these are nights out as well. This photo in particular, Joseph, my boyfriend, made me put in because he wanted it to be remembered forevermore, because this was the first night we actually met, and this is when he also asked me out on our first date as well, so he wanted that to be remembered. So again, these were my housemates as such. We lived next to each other. They were really lovely and they got me through my first season. Again, random photos when we went zorbing, which was completely random. It was so hard. I've never experienced something so hard in my life. Literally for €3 you were in there for about 10 minutes, and it was so hot and it was so hard to stand up without actually falling over. And this is when we went on a pedalo, me and Lauren on the back of a pedalo. again, another night out. We did tend to have loads of nights out in Laguna, and just because obviously we got free drinks, and it was just a fun atmosphere. It's so funny watching people, and obviously, as I said, my boyfriend was working in Laguna, so I was always down there. But this is a zoo project, so we all had our faces painted, and these like little like guitar things, but we collected them from each bar, and you collect them as you go basically. This was Cameo Island. This is a stunning island that like a bridge connects over to it. A lot of people get married over there. Me and Megan walked all the way along Kalamaki Laguna Beach to get to it. It took about an hour and 20 minutes, but it was a really nice sort of walk, and it's so pretty. So these are the girls of Kalamaki. This was Megan in the middle. She was leaving, so we did like a nice thing for her when we left. We had a meal together and things like that. But really fond memories of Zante and obviously this team, because it was my first ever season. It was just a really nice people. Now this is my end of season party. We all had to, obviously it was October, end of October, so we all had to dress up as Halloween themed. I went as like a doll, and Joe went as like a skeleton as well. But this night was horrendous. I've never been so hungover in my life. I don't even know what happened. I was drinking fine, and then suddenly I had to sit down, and Joe was taking me home, and I was being sick over balconies, and I got into bed and I felt so rough the next day. It's completely put me off alcohol for life. But this was obviously our end of season invitation, and this was my manager that season particularly. And then this is a big map of Zante, but I won't get it out because it is massive and it keeps getting stuck. It's a big map of Zante in there that was provided by Thomson. And these are nice because these are from my hotel owners that we became so close, especially receptionist Petra. She was so lovely. She gave me like 20 euros, and then Stella, who was the owner of Bitsara Palace, she was lovely, and she invited us to stay there for the rest of the season. Gave us free food, we had everything basically. They were so nice, and I hope I get to go back and see them. But they gave me some money each as well. Gave me 100 euros. Stella did as well, so they're really nice people. I just hope I get to go back and see them. We haven't yet been able to, so hopefully next year or even the end of this year, really just pop over and see them because they're so lovely. And yeah, no, I really enjoyed Zante. Zante was one of my favourite places. I never thought I would, but I did, and I loved it, and I would go back in a heartbeat, just for a few days to go and see everyone. So that is my Zante album. My next one will be Kefalonia. As I said, I did end up doing a scrapbook for it because I thought it's a completely different island, and you know, I did different things. Okay, so that's it. So I'll see you again for my Kefalonia one.